In today's video, I got a really fun aggro deck to share with all of you wonderful people. While I was perusing around on UntapedGG, as I do, something happened to catch my eye while I was looking at the meta page, and it was that Selesnya Rabbits has been listed on the meta page. It's been such a long time since I've seen Rabbits show up, and as soon as I saw that, I knew I had to try it out. Taking a look at the deck, we are going super wide, trying to slam down the opponent, and there's one particular new card from Strixhaven that is enabling that. If we look over at the card stats, it's pretty clear that practiced offense is doing a little bit of hard carrying with this archetype, but it makes sense. We are going super wide with a whole bunch of rabbits. Why wouldn't we want to finish off the game with this insane card? I've talked about it so many times. I've played it in so many decks. I'm going to continue playing it in so many decks because I absolutely love practiced offense. So what's going on with the rest of the deck? Well, it's a pretty typical Selesnya deck. We are, of course, playing Badger Molcub and Llanowar Elves. These things put bodies on the field, which is fantastic for practiced offense. It also helps us accelerate into playing multiple rabbits per turn on turns 3, 4, 5, if we make it to that point. One other very notable card in the deck that's not a rabbit is the Frog Warrior, but it benefits from rabbits entering the battlefield. This is going to be one of our main attackers. It has Trample. It gets massive when you play cards like Hop to It, and once you put a double strike practiced offense buff on it, it's really going to get out of control. There's one more interesting card in the deck, and that is Get a Leg Up. And I was a little skeptical at first of this one, but surprisingly, this one has actually come through and won me some games. Again, in combination with practiced offense's double strike, when you have a super wide board, something like Get a Leg Up. Until the end of turn, target creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control and gains reach. The reach is irrelevant most of the time, but that +1/+1 for each creature we control can often be +5/+5, +6/+6 when we have that nice wide board. So that is the deck. We're going to hop into some games and see if we can get some wins with Rabbits and the Frog Warrior, the Valley Might Caller. See you over there. All right, Blue Mountain 666 is our first, let's call, opponent. I was going to say victim. They might be, because this opening hand is looking pretty good. We get to go turn 1 Valley Might Caller into Valley Quest Caller into Hop to It, and this is looking like a pretty good 1, 2, 3. That being said, the opponent went first. They have their Gene Pollinator into the Badger Molcub, so we can expect a whole bunch of nasty things coming from the opponent on turn number 3. They are going to have an insane amount of mana. Oh no. Well, that's the game. So, Valley Might Caller, not bad. We get to pump it up to a 2/2 with the Valley Quest Caller. Our turn 1, turn 2 play pales in comparison to what Blue Mountain's doing over there. That is a little bit of a shame. Hey, a little bit of blue mana to go and get. Oh man, here comes the Ouroboride, right? They pitched the Spider Manifestation, grabbed the Ouroboride, and it's over, Rock. It's over. There's not a whole lot you can really do when your opponent opens up like this, but I think it's a good lesson. Just to mention what's going on with our deck, we are playing a non-interactive deck. So, well, I mean, that's not totally true. We do have Shelter by Ghost, and we also have Seam Rip. The problem is, we're probably dead on this next turn. I'm gonna try to see if this Shelter by Ghost can actually save me. That's scary. It's not the scariest thing. So next turn we get to actually them putting the Earthbend Badger Molcub on a one of these lands is actually pretty good for us. So you got to come in, opponent. You got to swing. Whoa, that's an opponent who decided not to swing out. That is a choice. So we're using the Shelter by Ghost. We're going to scoop up this Ouroboride. And if they have a couple of bad draws here, we might be in business. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Multiversal Passage out on... It probably didn't matter. I probably should have put that out on white, just in case I grab a practice offense. I have one white source here, and I have one white source here, but I'm paying 1 life for the starting town, so I would have preferred to do it a little bit of a different way. If they decide to get frisky here, we have the Get a Leg Up. The Get a Leg Up puts my Valley Might Caller up to 11, which puts me at 31 life. That's pretty good. And all they're doing is earthbending with the Bossing Say. Sure. Are they going to come crashing in with this 7/7? Do I block here? I think I just take 7 damage. I just take 7 damage. Do it. Do your worst. Practiced offense off the top is ludicrous, right? It's not. But we do have, so we have a couple of options. The risky route is going Burrow Guard Mentor into Paw Patch Recruit, and then holding the get a leg up for future things. Let's see what our Valley Quest caller can find. We don't want that. You know what? I think I am going to go the Paw Patch Recruit route. And hope that the opponent just draws dead just once, just one turn, and we get to look at the top 2 cards of our library again. We're digging for practiced offense. Don't want Badger Bow Cub right now. Don't want Land of War Elf. Okay, so we put 3 bad cards to the bottom. We're okay. We're going to find it. Our get a leg up. Oh boy, oh buddy. Okay, they're gonna keep loading up this forest and slamming in, and I'm kind of okay with it. Let's take 9. Let's take 9. All right, let's see what we can find. Come on, practiced offense one time. Okay, so if we swing in, I have 17 points of damage here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. 2 of these are going to get through. So that's 2. And then they're going to mitigate. I think I swing. I think I swing here. All out. And the get a leg up. I'm not doing the math. Math is for Blue Mountain. We'll see how they end up blocking. We're going for it. We're crashing in. They have big creatures, 5 booty creatures. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We do have Trample on our Burrow Guard Mentor, so that's extra damage that's getting through. This is lethal damage, boys. This is lethal damage. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Nobody expects get a leg up for +8 damage. That's a 17, 16 damage creature coming in. And we open with a game that I thought was 100% going to be a loss when the opponent slammed down that Ouroboride. But Sheltered by Ghost coming in to rip the hopes and dreams away from Blue Mountain 66. Oh man, I know I'm smiling ear to ear on this one. What a cool opening. It can only be downhill from here, I suppose, because that opening is really just the dream opening for us. You know what's kind of cool? Having 3 Valley Might Callers. However, the opponent is on Golgari, which could indicate Withering Curse. Shared Roots still kind of means like Withering Curse potentially, but I don't think we can run scared here. We are going all ham. We are doing Valley Might Caller, Valley Might Caller, Valley Might Caller. This is where the blowout absolutely happens if it happens. But if the opponent isn't on Withering Curse, we're fine. I guess they could also be on Devious Cover Up for turn number 5, because we're not going to be able to kill them next turn, and we're going to definitely overplay the board with this Paw Patch Recruit. Hold up. Okay. Well, yeah, we're going to go this way with it. Hop to it. I think we're going to get hit. We're most certainly going to get hit with the Devious Cover Up. But we are also getting in for a tremendous amount of damage here. This is 16 points of damage coming in on the opponent. That's a pretty good turn 3, right? I think even if we take our board wipe licks here, it is what it is. Okay. I don't think an opponent who is holding on to a Devious Cover Up would fire off this Wither Bloom Curse. Or Charm. I could be very wrong. They could just be like, I don't want to take a full 16 points of damage or 15 points of damage. They had it. All right. Well, Beauregard Mentor is going to be a pretty good attacker, but I think I like putting out the Paw Patch Recruit for its offspring right now. And we may as well put this out on green. We do have 2 white sources in that. A little bit of a shame. Yeah, we overplayed into it, but what are you going to do? You're playing best of 1. Yeah, your opponent was definitely indicating that they were probably going to have a Withering Curse in that, but hey, you got to try, I think. That Temple Garden is a little bit of a rough one. So all I'm really hoping to draw right now is practice. It's always practice offense. Every single time. Does this card make me discard something? I hope not, because otherwise I should have put up this Temple Garden. If we find the practiced offense for the next turn, we can go double practiced offense with this Temple Garden, and that's a lot of trample damage that's going to potentially be coming in. However, the opponent is like indicating another devious cover up, and if they have another devious cover up, we're scooping it up. We're going to game 3, and that's just the vicious rivalry. All right. Well, guess what deck we're not going to beat when we're going wide with Rabbits? GG, opponent. We're throwing this one away. Yeah. That's what you expect. Also, I love this Valgavoth avatar, but I don't like that they didn't like allow it to go above the screen up here. All right, fun opening, and then we run into removal, board wipe, tribal. All right, no more of that. We're done with it. Opening hand going to hurt us a little bit, but I think it's probably okay with the turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Okay, we are against an opponent that's most certainly going to have Burst Lightning. So this Llanowar Elf, probably not long for this world, unfortunately. But if we get Paw Patch Recruit onto the field next turn, that'll be pretty great. They're giving us an opening. They're giving us an opening. I don't think I can use Shelter by Ghost. I would love to use Shelter by Ghost right now on the Balmor, but I feel like the Llanowar Elf will just be a little bit too vulnerable doing that. So instead, I'm going to shock this in, and I'm going to follow up with the plan of putting Paw Patch Recruit onto the field. This way, if they do end up starting to target things, then I can at least buff up 1 creature, which will be good for the Shelter by Ghost. We're going to need the Shelter by Ghost to like stabilize our life total very, very soon. We're going to be taking a ton of damage from the opponent. Honestly, the get a leg up reach might actually become relevant very soon. Uh-oh. That elusive otter, this is a ton of damage, and I can't block any of it. So now we cannot cast the Multiversal Passage. This actually hurts me, but I think it's probably fine to put this on the field, hold Llanowar Elf for the get a leg up, and just pray. No, I need to use Shelter by Ghost right now, right? It has to be Shelter by Ghost. So we put this onto the Paw Patch Recruit, take a little bit of damage. We eat the Slickshot Show Off, and do I be clever and try to get the Balmor with the get a leg up, or do I? Because the elusive otter might end up just trampling in on me, and this says creatures with power less than this creature can't block it. I can get my Paw Patch Recruit up to a 6. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna take the risk on the 6, I think. And I'm going to put this on white. Okay, this might backfire on me. But I think this is probably the way that I can maybe win the game. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to win just by gaining 6. Going up to 9, they can probably just kill me for 9, right? But with the get a leg up, maybe I can reach up on the Balmor when it's attacking in. Or maybe I can stop the elusive otter if it doesn't get up to 7. If it gets up, obviously, to 7, we're just dead. All right. Well, so the hope here now is that they attack in with the Balmor. Oh, heads up play from the opponent. Yep. All right. That's cool. That's a sus. Like, most people would attack with the Balmor here, right? That's some good play, Gixxer. Man, what were we really going to do in that matchup? I think we were pretty much toast. So let's imagine that I attacked in for 9 anyways. They would have just had the damage. They have 11 damage coming in, so that one hurts. But when you're an Izzet opponent on the play, I think that's the way it's going to go. Two bad ones in a row. We definitely need a better performance this time around because those last two games just felt rough. The hands that we have are good, but unfortunately things are just not really coming together. Opponents are going first as well, and they have, oh man. Oh man, opponent goes first and they have a Restless Anchorage. You know what that means, right? Oh man. Why am I running into board wipes, and is it opponents going first? This is not the rabbit hope. This is not what we want to see. We cannot win if opponents are doing this. Man. All right, hop to it. Into another No More Lies. They have two Phantom Interferences to stop our plays. That's rough. Phantom Interference is so good. People play on curve, and it's essentially a better counterspell, right? That's what it is. Let's see. Do you have 3 steps ahead this time? Maybe I literally just can't win. Oh, no, they let it through. So you know what that means? They have Judgment on the following turn. Consult the star charts. Okay, so they're digging. I'm not going to put out the Valley Might Caller because it would just be overplaying just a little bit too much. I'm down to 15. We'll see what we can make happen. Fellas, these last 3 games are not good for my blood pressure. This is absolutely brutal. We are running into all the opponents that are like, ooh, rabbit opponent. Yes, please. And now we're sitting here with just trash. Seam Rip is not going to do a single thing against his opponent. Honestly, Shelter by Ghost is probably not going to do anything against his opponent. And they're going to turn on the Restless Anchorage. Okay, please. Sure. So we at least get maybe a 1-up on this one right here. Maybe. But they also have 2 open mana, 3 open mana technically with the Restless Anchorage. If they have... Oh no, come on. No. What's this? Owner of target spell puts it on the top or bottom of the library? It's not going to be good enough in this situation. That's... What is... Oh, I can't do... I'm tilting out. I'm so tilted. We opened with such a good game, and now we ran into just 3 opponents that are... That's useless. 3 opponents that just have it over us. Man, next one's got to be a good one. You hate to see it go this way. You have such a cool opening. You know what the problem is? We've played now 4 games. 4 games without seeing a single practiced offense. And that is what the problem is. We have good openings. Also, Badger Mole Cub hasn't shown up. We need, like, Badger Mole Cub practiced offense are carrying this deck. Otherwise, it's just rabbits, and rabbits are not good enough. So we need opponents to stumble. Please stumble just a little bit. Please stumble just a little bit. Quench? No? Okay. Well, our Valley Might Caller does not get pumped from doing this. However, it does accelerate our mana, and it forces the Burst Lightning onto that creature. Do they have another Burst Lightning? That Shock-In was a little bit sus. I don't know why they would Shock-In the Steam Vents when they had the Storm-Carved Coast available to them with the Burst Lightning. So we need them, again, just to stumble a little bit. And then maybe we can find an opening. So from here, I actually have a choice. I think I'm going to go out with the Paw Patch Recruit, actually. I have a feeling that this opponent's probably playing a good amount of spot removal. This gets my Valley Might Caller up to a 3/3. And maybe we can make something happen with this. We also have the Get a Leg Up plus the Valley Quest Caller to pump the team. So we could... Oh, I know. This is this weird combo type deck. That's fine. Take an action, grab a Plains. And how much damage are we actually representing on the board right now? So we can go Quest Caller into Multiversal Passage. I grabbed the Plains. Why did I grab a Plains? So this will pump up my crew by 3. So I have currently 7, 8, 9, 10. I have, would you believe I have 14 points of damage on board? Put this on green. Pay 2 life. Valley Quest Caller. It's actually one point more because of the Valley Quest Caller, right? That's 10, 15 points of damage. Let's put it onto the hero of the day, Valley Might Caller. We're back to it. We're fine. We found a win. We found a win somehow. Maybe on the back of Badger Mole Cub, it helped us out tremendously. But more importantly, the opponent stumbled. And I think that's the hope of this deck is please stumble opponent. Yes, I'm happy I won. I feel like I gotta remind myself, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. You're playing a Rabbits deck. If you run into more opponents that are playing board wipe tribal, you're in trouble. Just accept your fate. That's the situation that you signed up for. I haven't been polite to my opponents. I gotta emote a little bit more. There we go. So we got ourselves a YouTuber by the looks of things at YouTube. Sure. Do they have the Requiting Hex? They have the Requiting Hex. It's usually a Burst Lightning. This time around, Requiting Hex. Let's hope that these Seam Rips actually end up paying dividends in the near future. Unfortunately, Seam Rips have not really been working out for me. I feel like the opponents just don't have creatures. They only play interaction to wipe my board. And I don't like that. So this is another Golgari opponent who's probably playing things like more Requiting Hexes. Land? Okay, we get a land. Let's just go out with the Pop Hatch Recruit. It sucks that we don't get the pump up on the Valley Might Caller. But if the opponent's sitting here playing spot removal, maybe, just maybe, we can start getting a creature on the field that can actually attack in. And more... so dead. So dead. Play a Cecil. Play a Cecil. It's a human? No. So what do they pitch? Yeah, it's just a Kavaro list. So Seam Rips, trash. I can't get in anymore. Like, I literally can't. This thing has stonewalled me. So we got one good game. And now we are dead, right? I don't even bother playing out things. I don't think I can actually do anything against this opponent with the hand that I have, with them opening. When does a Kavaro list play double Requiting Hex? That's not a thing. They just don't do that, but I guess they are today. I mean, this is kind of good, right? This is something. Okay, so we're still not completely out of it, because if we end up finding a practiced offense, a Shelter by Ghost, maybe we can claw our ways back into this one. But with two absolutely dead cards in hand, like this thing, it couldn't even kill the creature land that the opponent, the Azorius opponent, had. Like, it's just don't know if I've had a single target for my Seam Rip in 5 games. All right, Deceit. Yeah, come take a look at my shame. They're dealing 5 damage up top. Is that where this damage went? Okay, that gives me a little bit of hope, because this Deceit's disappearing. They only have the one Formidable Speaker. We only have 4 mana, so double practiced offense is off the table. Hey, we have 5 mana. I can't attack in because they're 2/3 formidable, or they're 3 CMC Formidable Speakers, a 2/4. And they attack me for 4 more damage. And if they can just kill me on the next turn, this, I don't think these games could have gone worse. Which, it's appropriate, because last week I felt like a Superman when I was playing this game. I couldn't lose. That's what it felt like. It's not the worst, because it at least gives me a scry when it enters. The problem is I'm kind of dead. It doesn't give me a scry. It's only when another thing enters. That's right. I thought it did it with itself. Do they have a creature land? Do I send in the Valley Might Caller? No, I hold it back. All right. So we're at 1 life because of the Superior Spider-Man Terror of the Peaks. If they have a creature, we die. If they, I don't know. If they sneeze in our direction, we die. GG, opponent. Oh, certainly they must have some. Oh, they didn't have anything, and that was our opening. I'm so tilted out. I don't know. I think I'm being punished because my running has been too good lately. I'm kind of curious. So I just opened up Untapped because I'm tilting out on this, the fact that this what you call it, Seam Rip has had no target. So I have Untapped open right now, and I'm looking at the creatures being played from Platinum to Mythic. I don't have a Seam Rip, and the finally a target shows up, and I don't have the Seam Rip. So the most played creatures: number 1 most played creature in the format, Llanowar Elves. Number 2, Badger Molekup. Number 3, Optimistic Scavenger. Number 4, Skyward Spider. Number 5, not a target, Ouroboros. Then Veteran Survivor, Spellbook Vendor. 6 of the top 7 most played creatures in the format are targets for Seam Rip. And I have found nothing but the other ones. Not to mention Slickshot Show Off, Deep Cavern Bat, Town Greeter, Pawpatch Recruit, Grand, Gene Pollinator, where I guess the first opponent did have some of those creatures for us. Okay, so this has Ward 2. We do have the Shelter by Ghost. So I think I need to put this Llanowar Elf onto the field. I need to pray that I'm actually able to get the Shelter by Ghost off next turn. Do I want to put out the value? I think I'm going to put out the, Pawpatch Recruit. We're going to put this onto the field. We're going to take a little bit more damage. I think the opponent missed their land. I'm not attacking in for whatever reason. I guess it's also does... It's fine. It's fine. We go down to 1. It's fine. So from here, we get a big Beauregard Mentor. We eat their Ambitious Augmenter, pay the 2. We get back our Valley Might Caller, and now we can attack in and go back up to 6. And then on the following turn, we can practice offense of our own. Are they out of creatures? They have an singular Ouroboros, which is pretty good. So that means that we can't really attack in fully, so I'm going to go with the Hop to it instead of the practiced offense, because the Hop to it is going to be a better blocker for the Ouroboros, because it doesn't have Trample. We're back up to 14. Llanowar Elf, good. Practiced offense, also good, but not good enough, right? What do we want to see up top? A land would be pretty good. So we take the 6 damage. Yeah, we take that. A land is pretty good. So a land means I can do double practiced offense. How much damage is that going to actually be? This is going to put this up to a 10. Trampling Double Striker. I think it's enough lethal. I think it's lethal damage. I don't need to count it out. Because this is also 6 Double Strike. This is more than enough. Oh, so we need to run into more people playing Llanowar Elves and green-based decks. Can the giant, scary Spider-Man go away, please? Or the people with board wipes? So far, it has been 7 blisteringly fast games. We're either... we're either losing so... decisively? Is that the right word? So clearly losing. Without any doubt losing. Getting our faces bashed in. Or we are squeaking out wins. Going down to 1 life. And then coming back. Wow. This one... You know what? I heard that 6 out of the top 7 cards in the format are really good cards. Creature... cards for Seam Rip. So I think keeping an opening hand with Seam Rip is a pretty good choice, right? You're most certainly gonna have targets for it, right? Grand? Okay. It's a target. Now, do you hit the Stormchaser's Talon or do you hit the Otter? I think you probably hit the Otter. I might regret that later on, because this thing on the battlefield is pretty nasty, especially if they have a Boomerang. No, they have a plotted Slickshot Show Off. So, We desperately need to find Sheltered by Ghost, and if I don't find Sheltered by Ghost, I think I die. Again, why does the opponent that's playing Is It Prowess get to go first? That doesn't seem fair to me. That's... Yeah, that's a lot of damage already. Just a cool 9. Okay, Sheltered by Ghost or bust is basically where we're at with this game. Yep, sure, Valley My Caller. Yep, that's okay. So all I can do is hop to it and pray. I think I'm starting to realize why rabbits don't show up more on the ladder. It's a fun, cute deck, and I think it can maybe do some stuff. But, man... What are you going to do against double Slick Shot when the opponent has 4 mana? Hopefully, they just use this turn to do Storm Chaser's Talent, return the full board, they can attack in for 2, and then maybe... Actually, we can kind of kill them with the practiced offense on the following turn because we would have a tremendous amount of damage coming in. Okay, Elusive Otter is fine. That's kind of a dead card for them. Secret Identity is good. Are they going to double attack in? I'm going to have to do some math to figure out how much damage. They were 1 point of damage short. Leg up. Leg up. This is lethal, right? I'm not doing the math. Again. Why would I do the math? Double strike. Get a leg up is such a good card. It comes through so... Oh, they left back one of the Slick Shots. Oh, it had Vigilance. That's what it was. Okay, is this still lethal damage? This is still lethal damage. Wow. Down to 1. Being the Mighty just had that game ripped from them. I don't feel good about that one. That was a top deck win, and it's on camera. If Being the Mighty finds this, they're going to be tilted out. I'm sorry, man. I didn't deserve this one. I'm kind of having the feeling right now, or at least the thought, I don't know if I've made any decisions playing this deck. I feel like it's just been Seam Rip, great card. I've heard it's fantastic. I feel like it's just been autoplay. Everything autoplay. Valley My Caller is really good. I'm never going to have an opportunity to put it on the field otherwise, right? So I may as well just run it out. If it ends up getting hit by a Burst Lightning, it just gets hit by a Burst Lightning. I suppose I could have waited until turn 2. Put out... So yeah, maybe it was better to wait until turn 2. Put out the Temple Garden. Well, okay. Hang on. Now with this Code Breaker... I have a choice. If I go Sheltered by Ghost, eat the Fugitive Codebreaker, it means that they need to have a land plus... They need to have a land plus a Burst Lightning. They didn't have the Burst Lightning on the last turn because I think they most certainly would have used it on the Valley My Caller. If you see a Valley My Caller, I think you hit it with the Burst Lightning before it grows out of control. So I'm going to put them on not having interaction for the Valley My Caller. Then, on the next turn... we can put down the Hop to it and grow the... That's pretty good. We can grow the Valley My Caller out of range of their scary stuff and go, hey, what was I saying at the intro? I feel like I haven't made any decisions. I think I made some decisions in this game, and I think they were the right decisions that actually resulted in a pretty good victory against Mono Red. All right, I think this might be the last one. Against opponent 134, we are playing against the big dogs. And it's not my favorite looking opening hand. I like when I have the Valley My Caller. The Valley My Caller, that's a card, right? But we get a turn 1 Paw Patch Recruit. We can go out with the Badger Mole Cub on turn 2. You can't complain about a Badger Mole Cub on turn 2, right? And then hopefully into some of this power stuff. And we are against an opponent that would be very good if we had Seam Rip. The story of this video, if only I had Seam Rip. I'm going to attack in with a Paw Patch. I probably should have just gone in with a Paw Patch. I'm okay with this block. I'm super okay with this block. No, okay, I didn't think so. I didn't think they were going to block that one. You don't throw away your Llanowar Elf. Like, them blocking the Llanowar Elf, or the Paw Patch Recruit with the Llanowar Elf, would be like equivalent to us bolting the Llanowar Elf, right? Like, it's kind of the same thing. So we have 4 mana available to us. What we could do is practiced offense. We could also Pop Patch Recruit plus Valley Quest Caller, fix the top of our library, and find a land. I kind of like that plan for the future a little bit more. So let's do that. Let's pay 1 life here. Do I need to? No, I don't need to pay 1 life. Because this is going to give me 2 and there. So I put this out. This allows me to see the top of my library so I can make sure that I'm getting a land. I want a land off the top of the library. I want a land that's not going to screw me. I want not that land. And let's put this on white, I think. And I don't attack in this time. So next turn, if we get an untapped... You know what? No matter what, it's pretty good. Because even without an untapped land, we just go practice offense plus get a leg up. If we do find a land, then we can think about doing double practiced offense is the idea here. And they Nature's Rhythm just to find a Badger Mole Cub. Although they have now 4 mana, so they're going to be able to Ouroboride out something, leaving the Spider Manifestation untapped. Don't have the Ouroboride follow-up. Please don't have the Ouroboride follow-up. Just put out, like... That's fine, I think. Because we're going to be bringing so much heat on the next turn. Actually, I think practiced offense plus get a leg up is actually better than what I was thinking originally. So this is what we're doing. We're going to put it onto the Pop Hatch Recruit. Double strike here. We go in on the opponent. Let's see how they block. We have an extra 10 points of damage coming in on the opponent with this get a leg up. Okay. Double blocking on the Valley Quest Caller kills them. Nobody expects to get it. They're doing the math. They're like, okay, so this is 8, 12, 15 points of damage. I go down to 3. Not a big deal. I have the Ouroboride on the following turn where it's easy peasy. They triple block on the Valley Quest Caller. Nobody expects the get a leg up. What a way to end this little set of games against, you know what? If we can kill a Badger Mole Cub, we kill a Badger Mole Cub. Against number 134. So the deck can win. It's just, you need to be lucky with your matchup, and you need to go up against green-based opponents. That's the story of this video. All right, so we actually stuck it through. We had a really bad opening, a really good opening, and then things crashed and burned for the practiced rabbits. We ended up running into too many board wipes and too many opponents that were going a little bit too fast for us, and it was a real miserable experience. But then you saw what the deck can actually do in these last games. Like, you get out to that early start, and then when you find your practiced offense, things are just honky-dory. Like, it's such an insanely good card. So I love the idea of this deck, the idea of going wide, because I feel like a lot of the decks that I play nowadays are going tall. You have your slick shot show-offs that are going up to 8, 9 power, and then you're flinging them, and that's fun and all. We don't go wide enough anymore, and the reason you don't go wide so often, I guess if you're playing a Badger Mole Cub deck, you're definitely going to be going wide with things and then Craterhoof Behemoth. But I haven't seen a Craterhoof Behemoth hit the field in such a long time. The problem with that strategy is that, like, you're obviously vulnerable. You're open for a devious cover up. So I guess people are opting for the hasty, go big, smash your opponent down in one fell swoop strategy, which is obviously probably going to be better in the end, versus trying to put out a whole bunch of 1/1 rabbits with hop to it and saying, please don't board wipe me, Mr. Opponent. And then on the following turn, you're like, haha, practiced offense. Also, just as a fun call out, get a leg up, man. How many victories did this singular card award us? It was such a great card. When you are super wide, getting an extra 5 points, 6 points of damage, and then if you're doubling up that damage with practice offense, like, holy cow, the combination of get a leg up plus practice offense does have some power. So overall, I mean, the deck is just kind of a cute one. It was more of a fun video. I've been playing a lot of sweaty decks lately, so I kind of wanted to play something a little bit fun. But I think there's definitely some power here. I'm pretty sure I ended with a higher... what do you call it? Mythic rating, right? We ended up going 6 and 4 in the end. So a positive win rate with practiced rabbits. All you need to do is find your Badger Mole Cub opponents and you can roll over them. Also, you need to get a little bit lucky and survive at 1 life twice and just narrowly eke out a win. But don't worry about that. It's fine. Anyways, a little bit of a shorter video, I guess, in the end, about 40 minutes. Probably this one's going to end up being, but that's good. Sometimes these aggro decks go this way. That's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Sarang e ipon na. And I will catch all of you wonderful people in the next one. Bye-bye for now.